Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, once again, like it or not, Internet, here I come. Showtime. Sorry. Alright, here we are. Ooh. It's due time. On my bag. My leader johns are full. That's not great. Can't get more dew if our leader johns are full. Leader johns are no more full. Now fill them up. A quick 2.5 liters. Hopefully. Hi guys. It is optimal dew harvesting time. That's 800, 900, 1,000 already. And did we just roll over out of it? I think we did. No, we're still in the prime time. Give me more water. Why am I not getting any more water? According to the time display, we're still in... No, we're not. Yeah, we're still right there in the middle of the light blue. I should be able to harvest more. But evidently, no. We got a liter and a half. Oh, there we are. Got a few more whacks, but not much. No. About a liter and a half. Sad. Sad, really. I am considering building a second house in a higher tier area so that I can get to mining some higher tier stuff now that I kind of am needing the higher tier stuff. Let's see, any changes? Well, not since I had to completely rearrange my house because this wall went away. No, I don't think anything new. Childhood. Except maybe you haven't seen the buggies. The buggy. Only one. There it is. Oh, and I also have a penta shield up now, so it doesn't bonk on the ceiling on the way out the door. Where was I going to go? I think I wanted to head over and see if I could plant the poison over here. But we don't need the big buggy for that. The regular cool mobile will do. So I will be keeping my open for like that. Fuel cells. I now have more of a need of fuel cells than I did before because the buggy kind of eats fuel at a pretty healthy pace. Plus, I will also be grabbing granite because if I am going to make that second house, I will be grabbing. We are at about the right place to come directly across and hopefully not get eaten by the worm. I have not yet been eaten by a worm in the game. Period. Beta. 3 characters on 3 different servers? Not yet. It will happen. I do not feel I need to predict that. I feel that is a certainty. Alright. There's certain things you can rely on in life. And getting eaten by the worm. How much space we currently have? We have plenty. Sorry, grab some. Sooner or later. There's the big man himself appearing over there. Let's get some shade over here. Our sunlight exposure will go down. It's a down. 234 meters in that direction, but down. Turn on the shield. We will again grab a little more shade. Let's see where we are. We are looking for, we should be really close, so we'll get rid of the marker and see where the little blue, it is 177 meters away, but it is below us. A few things I haven't needed for a while. I need to start sort of restocking. Yep, still below us. Go ahead and move the sniper rifle into the force slot because we ain't building anything. Oh, nobody there. Got them all. What we need is over there, though, so their bodies will sadly remain unlooted. Or maybe not. Yep, that was somebody. Come on back out, please. I just want to shoot you once. Pain will be minimal. They're on fire. They died to the fire. That's the stupidest NPC I've ever seen. They walked into the fire and died in the fire. Okay. I'm alright with that. I didn't get the XP, but... Yeah. Oh, come on. I saw you there. Pop on up. You want to. You can't shoot me if you don't pop up. There you are. Oh, there we go. And they're dead. Oh, I forgot to drain the blood on the other 3 that I killed. That's rude to leave their blood behind. It's like I don't value it. I do. That's where I have to go plant the poison. But for that I need, I think, a blue band. Oh, say like the blue band that's right here. Yeah, blue band. Completed. Plant the poison. The poison's been planted. That's relatively painless. We are presumably... Oh, this leads to the hollow hammer. We've been there already. I assume we have to get back to... I think it's Piter de Vries teaching me the Mentat arts. Report back. Ah, no, that's right, Sandman Mora. A female Mentat. Not Piter. We have met Piter. Also, I am kind of sworn to Atreides, but it's fine, really. I'm sure the Harkonnens are very forgiving of that kind of thing. Not likely to hold a grudge. Actually, I'm headed to a non-PvP enabled. Basically, they'll put up with me on account of they have to do the rules of Canley, the laws of Canley. The 3 doors isn't bad, but the overhang, not a big fan of. I have one of those because I had to. Because my house broke. Alright, where is he? Was that a... I don't know if that is a breach or a spice blow. We need to go further south here. So we'll see if we can continue our policy of not dying. Oh, somebody's got an ornithopter. I'm jelly. I'm mint jelly. Not really. I'm envious, though. This means they've worked harder than me. I did get a loan from a friend of 120 cobalt juice, but it has been repaid in full. Needed that to put together the buggy. We have a little bit of worm sign. I feel parched. Where is he? I can hear him. Have a little water, some more water, and some more water. Right, we have another open sand crossing, but not too big of one. To get over to Harkonnen stronghold, but because it's not a War of Assassins area, it's only a Canley area. There is no PvP, and you can go to the other guy's factual location. I see Baggins is in chat. I wonder if we're on the same server as it's a streamer. Baggins is his name. Streams New World and streams this. Baggins TV, I think. Please don't shoot me, please don't shoot me, please don't shoot me. But I could be mistaken about that. Where do we have to go? There, we need to go there. That, down there, is the Haga Rift. Big, deep series of canyons and stuff. Easy to get lost. Some valuable minerals. Definitely did not do this optimally, or even close. Zone change. All right, we're back to the regular zone, which means I can get the actuators from here. Holtzman actuators. They're worth a little bit of a side trip. The scrap metal, not so much, but the Holtzman actuators, actuatorly. Presumably I'll need a boatload of those when I get around to making my own. Which is quite a ways away. We are mostly full. We can dump the salvaged metals. Are we aiming in the right direction, more or less? Not possible to place vehicle. Why? Am I not able to place a vehicle here at all? Well, that's disappointing. All right, I run. None so far. Canley, guild peace, no combat. Most of this map, the Haga Basin, is no combat, PvP. There are a few exceptions. Ship crashes in certain places. She's down here. Is this her? I think it is.
Back again.
I have completed my task, Sandman.
So you have. Let us finalize this transaction. And here I thought I was going to be the one cheating you on this deal. After all, you can't simply become a mentat.
I can.
Mentat training begins during infancy, and the subject is not told because it might inhibit them. Seems like somebody just forgot to finish yours. So we both profit in the end. Good for us.
That's it? It unlocked? Did it unlock? I can't believe that actually just unlocked. Is it actually unlocked? I think it's unlocked. I have 17 skill points. It's unlocked. I now have Mentat skills.
Back again.
Can you teach me more?
Our journey together ends here. I can take you no further.
But there's more I want to learn.
The seats of the great houses are your best chance. Harko and Erakin. I recall seeing the Old Adept pass through from time to time.
Will they teach
I'm
me?
sure you'll make it worth their time. Just don't mention my name.
I don't even remember your name, dear. Let's see what other goodies we have available to us in the skills for the Mentat. Extra range damage, 3%. Garment Keeper. Pistol damage. Marksman. That's a technique. Tailoring. Exploit weaknesses. Rifle damage. Shield overcharge. Headshot damage. Assassin shot. That's when shooting from behind. Tactician. Source of power. Hunter Seeker. Well, let's open up the Sentinel. We opened that up. Let's increase our range.
Sector
damage.
weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
I believe I am sheltered here. So I'm going to wait. Now, we don't want marksman because less body damage. Isn't great. I'm not a good enough shot. Pistol and rifle damage. Those are okay. You've learned to observe your enemies, predict their weaknesses. When you damage an unshielded enemy with a ranged weapon, the hit location becomes a weak point. You can target to increase damage. Reduce durability loss on my gear, I guess. Really not an enormous amount of stuff available in the Mentat compared to some of the others.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
Yes, it's due in a minute. Harkonnen base is very cheery, as you can tell. Very upbeat, you know. Excellent. 42 more Holtzman actuators out of that. A little bit of carbon ore, a bunch of granite for my future home sweet home. I'm going to deconstruct the Mark II blood extractor for a couple of bits and pieces. I'm going to wait for the storm to blow by. Where is it? There's the storm coming in. Aye, that's a big one. Covering everything except South Hauga.
Sector weather alert.
And
A
maybe
large
the top of the
sandstorm
hammer?
is approaching.
Be cool to see the storm blow by underneath. Aridin 21S has followed. Thank you. You get my spiel. Welcome to my humble little stream of misfunction, malfunction, dysfunction, and frequently complete and total unfunction. You're most welcome indeed, and thank you very, very much for the follow. My enemies have, well, let's see. So far, I've got about 6,000 milliliters, so 6 liters of their water. It's not just their water. It also has this stuff we don't like or need. But I appreciate the sentiment. All right, anytime now you can blow by. That'd be great. Storm is still... That was a good-sized storm. So, unlocking the Mentat, really easy. We should be storm-free now. Yeah, I'm up to well into steel. Just yesterday I got my buggy. So steel and cobalt basically is where I'm at. And now that it's gone, don't worry about me, guys. I'm just going to jump off a cliff. No, I got this. I'm good. Maybe jump off 2 cliffs. I've rolled 3. This is my Sword Master. I've got characters on 3 different servers. Mentat, Bene Gesserit, and Swordmaster. Generally, I would not recommend Trooper, not because Trooper isn't good, but because you can very simply unlock Trooper very early. There's a quest in the very first zone that you pick up at here, at the trade post, and it requires you to go like here, here, and here, and kill a mob in each place, and that opens up the whole trooper tree for it. So that's the only reason I would recommend not trooper. Any of the other 3 would be a better choice because you'll have access to trooper early. And I just unlocked Mentat on this character. My first character was a Mentat. This is my house straight ahead. You might wonder at the odd nature of the open edge. That didn't used to be an open side. That used to be a wall. I logged in yesterday or the day before, and the wall was gone, and I couldn't rebuild there because the edge of my subfief had moved. I think at lower levels, the combat stuff that you get in the Bene Gesserit and Swordsman is probably better. Endgame, I don't really know. For instance, because I can now show you, in Mentat, you start with the Sentinel, and the Sentinel's not bad. You have to hit Q to set it down, and then Q again to activate it, and it just shoots a bunch of rounds at enemies. It's very good against unshielded enemies early on. But I haven't played that much, say, with Poison Capsule, a little bit in the beta. The Shield Wall, I have a friend says is really good. So I haven't gotten very deep. Mostly I have been, even on my Mentat character, I haven't gotten all that deep. The skills are a lot more practical in the Trooper for just straight buffs to good things. Also true for the Swordmaster. There are a lot of just solid, really good buffs. The Bene Gesserit has some very nice skills. For instance, the Compel, which is basically a stun that makes them run up to you. So they run up to you and stand there for a second or two, and you just go. But I have not unlocked Bene Gesserit on this character yet, obviously. And was that everything? No. We want to salvage the Mark II blood extractor. Oh, this one. Eventually, you'll unlock all of them. So, just keep that in mind. Nice. EMF generator. Shouldn't last that long. If it lasts longer than like a minute, that's really unusual. Alright, we got that done. Unexpectedly fast. Let's see. How about we try to put out their eyes? Oh, it just started? They're pretty quick, but they're definitely something you need to be aware of. And sometimes, occasionally, I do wish they gave us more than like a minute or two warning. Well, we got some contracts. Let's take care of this one and then this one. Now, when I came in yesterday or the day before, this was a wall. Not anymore, so that took like an hour and a half of furious building to get everything reassembled more or less. It looks like a chaotic mess. My buggy! I am a little bit low on water. What time is it? I missed the harvesting, so I had better get some water. I missed the dew harvest and feel shame. Oh, wrong. Right. Dump blood as well. Don't want to leave that. Go. All right, we've got water. In fact, I should probably drink a little. I'm a bit parched. Try this again. Let's drop those two things. Let's see which quest we're trying to do. First one is put out the eyes. No, not that one. Put out the eyes. Shai-Hulud, oop, he's only 750 meters away. I don't think I'll go out into the middle of the desert and drive for quite a distance to go see him. Although I'm sure he'd be glad to see me. Jabal Ifrit. And back into the Haga Rift. Briefly. Jabal Ifrit al-Janu. a lovely day out right now. 50 degrees right here, which is 122 Fahrenheit. Hottest temperature I've ever been in was 113, and I had to go to Vegas. The dry heat thing matters, but at 113, it's just bleeping hot. Turn on the shield. See where we're going. $162 meters away. One time you remember the blood extractor, you forget your blood bags. Yeah. I have a very specific layout for my bags. I can tell if I'm missing anything. Are we doing on space? Plenty. Let's go ahead and grab a little extra carbon. Don't cost nothing. All right, 110 meters away. Well, hello there, my friend. All right, I don't see anybody else. I'm sure there are others. You let your nephew have a go of the game, and he must have moved stuff around. That's his job, is exactly what you just described. Messing with stuff is the job. Oh, that's a player. I have no idea what that is, or what it's supposed to be. It's a piece of tech. That's what it's supposed to be. All right, what are we looking for in here? Up above, okay. And up above. Even more. I hit the wrong button. It was acrobatic, though. Did you like that? Where are we? It is below... No, it's above me 24 more meters.
There's someone here.
There is someone here. You're exactly correct.
Shield on. I require backup.
Whoop! Don't like that.
Let's get the bastard.
Your water is mine.
I got you.
Reloading.
Are you? No, you're dead. Okay. Thought he was trying to res himself. We can't have that. So, we'll take his blood. He won't be resing himself. There it is. Completed up. I have cleared out the first observation post. Okay, where's the second observation post? That isn't it. That's where I was going. Where's the second? We had a sand blow right outside my house. That's the Atreides ID tag. Oh, we have a chest of goodies. Can't not grab the goodies. That's just... That's not the way we operate around here, you know? Alright, well, we should have a little blue icon on the compass. 2,230 meters to the northwest. That's the second observation post. Okay. Well, let's go to here instead, okay? That one next, I think. This game doesn't have gliders, does it? Damn it. Suspensor's not good enough. Where do I get particle capacitors? An example, if you're in the starting area, would be there, the Imperial Testing Station. So I believe it's in Imperial Testing Stations and places like that. If you're relatively low level, they can be difficult. When I need more of them, I tend to go to the low level Imperial Testing Station for exactly that purpose, just to get more capacitors. I don't get as many as if I went to something higher level, but it's easier. Yeah, a lot of the stuff you can mouse over the icons on the map and see what's there. So, for Servox and particle capacitors, the Imperial Testing Station, over here you can get the microfluorofiber and mechanical parts. Up here is where I get complex machinery. Those are places that are relatively friendly to a lower level character. I could probably, get more going in tougher places, but combat, I'm not that good at, frankly. So I'd rather go to a place where I can just basically sleepwalk it. Embarrassing, I know. What are we doing on space? Yeah, the mouse over is the key tool to figuring that out. Also, there's another thing that's helpful. Let me grab that and drop that into stream. You should see a URL there. That's a URL with an interactive map. It can be very useful for finding things like the thing I have used it most for up till now is the trials. Finding the trials I'm missing. Let's see, the place I'm going to. Yep. Hey, glad to help. I don't know how much other stuff there is on that website. That's the only thing I've used so far. But I figure at some point I run into some kind of roadblock or the other. I will check that. It's the Kadir, right? Yeah, I think it's helpful. One thing you can count on, generally speaking, is MMO players are going to love a site that's got some decent, helpful, actual cheats. Cheats isn't a very friendly way of putting it, so I don't know if it's really a cheat. This is the one I'm currently on. There we are. In most MMOs, there are people willing to put in a lot of work to give resources to the community. Thank you, guys. We do appreciate it. Gosh, no sign of anybody. I'm sure it's empty. Spoiler, it's not empty. Alright, travel to the Hand of Kidir. And then what? Up there. "42 meters below." Hi. Don't mind me, I'm just stripping your body for spare parts. Oh, and, yeah, blood, too. Sorry. A little bit below me and 31 meters away. Above me and 36 meters away. I'm not sure how it got further away. Search the upper courtyard. Is this the upper courtyard? I don't know. I would think probably not, but I don't know. But I am going to grab all the goodies I can. That's for damn Skippy. Assume this is the upper courtyard. Search the private quarters. Private quarters. Not showing up on the map anymore? No, not showing up on the map. How am I going to know what the private quarters are?
Eyes on target. I need help.
I missed. Okay, that was unwelcome.
Someone here. Found them.
I appear to have awoken the natives. Heal myself all the way up. My backpack is full. We do not like our backpack being full. Just as a general thing. Oh, I don't know what that is.
Shield on.
What the shit is that? I have no idea what the hell that is. Is that a big gunner? We don't like the gunners. They suck.
Shields on.
I'm out of power? I've seen that before. That's really not good. Okay, we've got it back. I have no idea what the hell is going on here, but I do not like it, Sam I am.
Get them.
Attack the enemy! Fire in the hole!
That is some projectile. God damn it. Wrong button again. Hate it when I do that. Hate it a lot, actually. Oh, I'm being dumb, too. Let's put on our armor. I really have no idea what that is. Some sort of dispenser field bubble thing? Don't know.
Shields up.
Don't like them. Sam I am. I do not like big gunners and ham. Okay, the ham part was kind of improvised. That wasn't great, but the rest of it was okay. We don't need those. That's for freaking sure. All right. Ah, okay. I found everything I need. I just have to contact the guy who gave me the contract. So that's all I need from here. Although, I would expect there's got to be some intel here too, and I could use that. Yeah, the green thing has got to be from another NPC with some sort of weird ass ability. Ooh, sniper. Not a fan. Not a fan of them sniping. Am a fan of me sniping. Is that another player? I think that's another player over there. But you can't really tell, which is both annoying and cool. You could use the heavies. Heavy darts. I do not have the method to get in there. Where is the appropriate bracelet? That must have been another player because there are a bunch of dead mobs around here that I had nothing to... Hey, there we go. Got the ID band. That's it? That's all? I went through all that trouble just for that? Well, that ain't right. Still, victory is mine. Oh, we're all stacked up again. All right, we got to get rid of something. What do we not need? We've got Slaver Heavy and Slaver Heavy. That. All right. Move this down to there. What the hell? And we're back in our still suit. Journey here. Missing sister. Contact the issuer. Entire hand of Kadir has become the headquarters of the slaver operation. I'm certain now that Sema was taken by these devils, but you'll never locate her without inside information. That unfinished contract you found may be the key. I know it's asking much, but in order to find Sema, you'll need to gain the slaver's trust, become one of them. Complete that contract you found and see where that leads you. Okay, I guess. Slaver jobs. Deliver a bundle of deserter clothes to the anvil. Deserter clothes. Deserter? We'll have to see. Did I level up? Did I level up yet? At some point I did. I'm at level 52. Well, we kicked some ass, you know. We kicked moderate amounts of ass. I have completed gaining their trust by completing contracts. Really? That wasn't just the thing that I had to do right there, was it? That wouldn't make any sense. No, okay. That was the opening of the quest. Got it. All right. All right, so we need to... work our way back home, I think, right now. Get your motor running. Head out on the highway. The level cap is 200, so 52 isn't that deep in. Alright, crossing that entire area here with all this quicksand. I've tried it 3 times. All 3 times I ended up in quicksand and almost died. So, you're only 10, so you've got a long way to go. Yeah, but it's actually, in a lot of ways, that's the most fun time in the game. Because the improvements are coming along quickly. You can see a big gain in, power when something good happens. If you're a level 10, you will want to be very careful in the Imperial testing station. It is dangerous. Well, that guy's shielded and he has a pistol out. I assume he's a player, but I don't know. Did he shoot at me? Maybe. Oh, well, one thing we do need is more power cells. It's only 45 Celsius. Hardly enough to break a sweat. It's 113. I've been in 113 once. Vegas. I had frosty alcoholic beverages and it wasn't that bad at all. Without frosty alcoholic beverages, probably worse. Oh, barrel roll. That's a nice trick. Pardon the yawn. Old man has had a terribly rough day, you know. Not really. Well, the old man part is true. Been pretty much the usual sit on my fat ass and play computer games, so not really exhausting by most people's definitions. Well, we got a couple of missions partially done at least. Oh, older than 20. I'm actually 40. In hexadecimal. That's a computer guy joke. But thank you. We still have the spice blow around? I don't see it anywhere. Somebody clean up the spice blow? Yeah, it's gone. Honey, I'm home. Now we'll put away our stuff. Let's see what stuff is left over that we didn't have a place to put it away. Glutton's blood bag. Oh, that sounds tasty. It's a unique blood bag. How much does it hold? Oh, that's the bundle of deserter clothes. Okay. Wait, spice blow. Never fast enough to get to one before it's gone. I've only seen 2, 3 in my time in Haga Basin. You're not going to see a lot of them here. Where you're going to see most of them is in the deep desert, and the deep desert is strictly endgame. Well, not like absolute endgame, but you have to have an ornithopter to even get there. And generally, it's group content. You need somebody, driving a harvester to harvest the spice. You need ornithopters protecting him from PvP, and you'll usually need 1 or 2 people running around outside dropping thumpers to keep the sandworms busy. I mean, I have a very small amount of spice. I have 14 spice sand that I got from when the first time we had a spice blow right here. That's all. Just 14. You need a whole team to get a lot. That's that. You can hold on to that. Rangefinders. I don't think I've gotten any rangefinders before. We should go in here. And the 2 pairs of slaver heavy pants, well, those get salvaged. Parts is parts. Slaver heavy pants. I'll take 2 plasteel microflora fibers and 2 armor platings. My assumption is to get a lot of the stuff, and you need a lot to make the real endgame stuff, the tier 6 stuff, the best in the game, best in slot stuff. You need unreal amounts of materials. Now, so far, everything I have, I've gotten myself. I did get a loan of 120 cobalt juice. This stuff, cobalt paste, from a friend. I have since repaid it back. So, I mean, I've managed to get this far by myself. A couple of my other friends who are also playing, one of them that when I got the loan from, he's further on than me. He's like level 58 or 60 or something. And he's been all solo the whole way. So, you can solo deep into the game, but the real end game stuff will be very, very difficult to get to solo. And I'm fine with that. Where'd the microflora fibers go? Okay, they go in here. Did I use them? I did use them all up. I did use them all up. That's correct, Lens. Lens, you did use them all up. All right. Let us check the current status of all of our generators. I'd like to have them at about... Whoop. Let's go ahead and empty the blood sack. I didn't max out. I only maxed out the 1 blood sack. Now I'm an embarrassment. I feel shame. All right, 177, 176, 176, 136. I think he's about 40, I think. $176 and 148. They need about another 30. That way, if I know that they all have about the same, I don't have to worry about any of them running out. I don't have to worry about all of them running out. Meanwhile, I have extras left so that I can make power cells for the vehicles. Got 1 spice, you gave it to a friend, 20% of your water you made from blood. Yep, 20% of the blood will become water. If you have the 2nd tier of blood machine, 40% will turn into drinkable water. So the blood purifier here, it had 8,000. I will get 3.2 liters out of that of drinkable water. At some point I should swap out my water cisterns, but these only use copper. The bigger ones use steel, I think. You know, I've got plenty of steel now, but not so much that I want to just, you know, throw it around willy-nilly. Here I am willy-nillying again. Alright, I believe this has to be turned into... Was it? It was there. Yeah, alright. I'm going to give him more stuff, but he said just give him some water for it. You will get to a point when where water is less of a thing, and then it will become a thing again. As an example, you know, these plants that you can drink from to get up to a third hydration, these ones. At a certain point during the nighttime, just before dawn, you can harvest them with a scythe, a dew reaper. And when you first get access to that, you can really quickly fill up 2 full liter johns. I've got a liter and a liter and a half here, and I can fill those in 30 seconds. I can go back, dump it off, and maybe fill one of them again. So for a while, water will stop being a problem, but you need water to make iron, and you need water to make steel. You may need water to make almost everything above, once you get past copper in crafting. And so that's going to start to eat away the water. So you'll start going from I have more water than I know what I can do with to I need more water again. And I think that's sort of the pattern a lot of the game is going to take, where certain materials you don't need, but you'll always need water, and eventually you'll also need spice at the high end. All right. I don't know who we dropped this off to. Maybe at the contract? Maybe just at the contract console. Deliver a bundle of deserter clothes. I'll do that. Contact issuer. Hey, you're not the guy I gave this job to. Who cares? As long as it got done, right? And since you're so helpful, I got something else you can do. The big boss, Dagomir Halil, wants us pitching in with the equipment now, so this operation has us running low on supplies, especially weapons and ammo, so Halil wants us to fabricate some of the stuff ourselves. Gotta level with it, though. I lied when I told him I knew how to run a fabricator. Don't worry, Halil won't care who did the work if you deliver a good product. Might even score some points with the boss. That can't hurt, right? Just whip up what's listed here and deliver it to the contract board at the end.
Sector weather alert.
One
A
standard
large
Gruda
sandstorm is
44.
approaching.
I can do that. We've got a sandstorm coming. In 2 minutes, I will get home in 2 minutes. If I can remember which buttons to press. Storm coming.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
I got home. iron and plant fiber and some fuel cells. Alright, so we need to make a Gerda, but we may not have to make a Gerda. We've got one over here. We'll see if they'll accept this one. They may not. But we'll try and give them the crappy one that I looted from somebody, while I keep the other one to myself. They might also ask for a disruptor next, so I'll take that with me. And I'll make a GRDA. It's a shotgun, a scatter gun, as they call it. Very effective, again, on unshielded characters. As you would expect, a shotgun blast to the head, if you don't have a shield, it'll leave a mark. What tier of Gerda were they looking for?
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
Slaver jobs. A standard Gerda. The one I just picked up is not a standard. It's an artisan. So they need a standard. Oh my god. Standard. I can do that on the regular fab. I should have the materials. Standard Gerda. There we go. Gun parts, silicone blocks, mechanical parts, iron ingots. Yep. A little bit low on the iron ingots, though. Do we have any extra to make? Not much. But we'll make it anyway, 15. Alright, there's the Gerda he wants. We'll wait for the storm to pass. The storm is blowing past, and it's passed. If you're not aware of it, you can actually track the storm. It'll show up on your map. You can see this one is blowing west to east. Also, if you're in the lee of a mountain, say it was blowing west to east, if you're on the east side of a rock, that should be sheltered as well. So if you get caught out in the middle of nowhere, keep that in mind. Check the map, see which direction the storm is coming from, and get your ass on the far side of a big rock. Yeah, there are a lot of little bits and pieces in the game. They've got a lot of little details right. My only real solid complaint about the game is the user interface. Because the game is also being designed for console, the user interface is a half measure. It's console friendly and PC unfriendly. Hey, we didn't hit. That was crap. We did not hit. I would like to complain. Got a wide open desert and we had a head-on collision almost. Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me. Pardon me. Excuse me. All right, the Gerda. Contact the issuer. 350 XP, 6,500 more dollars. A stranger looking to curry favor with my operation, is it? Well, I may have a task for you. I have an associate, Egwin Gotha, a failed planetologist who serves our operation at a nearby testing station. I pay her with valuable commodity produced here. Ufuff oil? Ufuff oil? Ufuff? I've since learned there is more profit in this oil than I knew, so I wish to amend our bargain. Finding another with Gotha's skills could prove difficult. Fortunately, she has a scientist's proclivity for recording all her methods and observations. If I had these notes, I would no longer need Gotha herself. I've already sent a man on this task, but you can back him up. He'll be waiting for you at Runaway Base. Alright, we completed that one. How are we doing on money? We've got a lot of cash money in our inventory. that we don't need in our inventory. Let me quickly drink from my catch pockets. I'm a bit parched. Complete slaver contract. Growing pain. Completed contract. Slave master supplies. I was kind of hoping it was just going to be making him a bunch of stuff. Finish up a bunch of quests in a hurry. Whoop, 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 whoop. I am low on fuel. Oop. That rock jumped out in front of me. Officer, I swear I haven't been drinking. Let's see. Refuel? It's 100%. How are we doing on the fuel? We're at about half on the small. Okay, that's fine. While we're here, let's check and see how the vehicle is doing. Treads are down to 71%. Engine and PSU are also down a little bit. We will fix that. As best we can. Is that everything? Treads are up to 91. Engine and PSU are up. Yep, everything is as best it can be. I hit the wrong button. That's the right button. We wanted to put some of our money away. We always want to keep a few credits on you. Because most of the vendors will take money that you've put in the bank, but not all of them. Right. Where was I putting it? Over here? Yes, there. So we got 37,000 there, 4,000 there, and I think 20 or 30,000 in the bank. I may want to make a trip back to Arakeen and drop off more money in the bank and pay off my taxes. There are taxes in the game. No, you cannot get away from them, not even here. All right, where's the slaver contract that we have to do? It is not there. Not seeing it on the compass anywhere. Hey, Vorp. How goes the weekend? Well, I hope. Sounded like they were in an Imperial testing facility, which does not inspire me with joy. Great opportunities await. Check in at the Pinnacle station. That's interesting. That is where I'm thinking about building my second house. A friend of mine has one not too far away. And it would be a good place because it's close to the Haga Rift. And also relatively close to this area, which is where Tier 4 mats live. 4 or 5. 4 or 5. Right, that's the Atreides one. That's the slaver base. I was just there. They're sending me back to the same place I just was, where I killed almost everybody. What is required to make... Let's move the construction tool back into the 4 slot. All right, that requires 40 salvaged metal. I need more furniture. Well, let's see. How's that? This is my bedroom. A lot of books. Is this better? Does this count as furniture? Well, that's furniture. Big Daddy. I have a rug. Not really? No? Well, I have a buggy, goddammit. I mean, that's furniture of a sort. Kind of. Needs more throw pillows, and you don't see a big screen TV. For entertainment, we sit around and we watch Muad'Dib. See, he digs down into the sand. Isn't he awesome? It's like a big screen TV. You just can't change the channel. This is where I have my business interviews. Obviously, I have the most important thing, the bottle of booze. We have some lovely abstract art on the wall. You see this lovely porch here? Yeah, there used to be a wall right here. I came in yesterday, I think it was, and there was no more wall, and I can't place it there because the subfief border seems to have moved like an inch. So yeah, no walls. So I had to rebuild my whole house, which is why it kind of looks disorganized. You're probably right, it's not OSHA compliant. But OSHA is the Occupational Health and Safety Administration. I'm a man of leisure. I have no occupation. Oh, let's see. If we take all of our granite with us, oof, and oof, and we take some of those. And let's say, not the gun parts, where are they? That. Let's split off, say, can I fit 100? Find out, I guess. Oh, okay, we can fit more than that. Sure. I'm going to catch the flight to Pinnacle Station. Oh, optimal harvesting time. Time to pull out the old scythe and harvest up some dew. Before it's too late, let me drink. I hit the wrong button. Drink. All right, we've drunk all of... Okay. Yeah, our leader johns are full. Let's see if we can... I think I'm going to miss it. I think the prime time for harvesting the water is past or passing as I'm running back and forth put water into the cisterns so that I can get more. It's just an easy way of getting water, but it doesn't last long. And I expect I have probably missed my opportunity, and I must feel lasting and abiding shame. Yeah, I did. The dew is gone. It do be gone. This is my house. There are many like it, but this one is mine. Alright. We'll load up on water again. Let's drink. And drink. And drink. And fill up a liter, John. Or two. Alright, we want to take some copper with us. Which copper ingots do we have? That's spice-infused copper. That's just regular copper. I doubt I can carry it all. I can carry 50. Let's put that back in there. We're full. We're full of it. I probably don't need that much granite initially. We have granite here. We do. Iron ore. Am I missing anything here that we can't move around? $375 and $100. That should be fine. I'm going to do some a little bit of travel. We're going to let's get some. Let's take our money. And go to Arakeen and deposit a bunch in the bank. And then from Arakeen, we will go to Pinnacle Station, where we have a quest, and we can do some browsing and maybe drop down our second sub-thief. Somewhere in the general vicinity of a friend of mine. Do you have any nice cosmetics I would
Still
like
alive. Not too bad. We had a bet going.
to buy? Let's see. Looks like he has absolutely no cosmetics that I haven't already purchased. Alright, this is going to cost me 2,500
Gonna fly somewhere today? Music to my ears.
to
Where do you wanna
Arakeen.
go? Atreides and their war levies. Look, all right.
there a limit to how many bases you are able to have? I believe 3. The first one in the first starting area, Haga Basin South, you'll actually have to leave behind and then, in essence, not destroy, but abandon. What I have done is when we get to the point, basically it's after you make your first sand bike, which by the way is a sand trike. It has three treads, not 2. Is they tell you go north, build a second house using the advanced subfief. And you go up there, you build the second house. You need to basically abandon the old one you left behind. So what I have done is I've gotten the bike, I've gotten the inventory thing for the bike. You fill up all of the inventory on the bike and all of your own inventory. And basically, if you disassemble your whole base, it all should just about fit in that space. You head north and you can rebuild your base with those materials. All right, here we are. We're in Arakeen. Now you do want to be careful. Let me show you. Oh, crap, I can't show you on this map. Basically, there is a location in the northern area called the Hammer. And if you look to the north from the zone you're in, you can see it looks like a big rock with a big rock hammerhead on top. And you pretty much want to head straight for it, as that's the shortest path. You want to head due north straight for it, as that's the shortest path, and that will reduce the odds of you getting eaten by Shai Hulud. But it can happen. It happened to a friend of mine, and I know at least one other person who had the same thing happen. They were trying to move their house from Haga Basin South to Haga Basin proper, and they got eaten. So that would be a reason to not necessarily load up everything and go north with you. If you're afraid of getting eaten, leaving a bunch of the stuff behind, like your house itself, so you can kind of revamp and re-equip, not a bad idea.
You again?
Me again.
What
I'd
now?
like to pay my taxes. I have no taxes due for another 1 day and 13 hours. You won't let me prepay my taxes? What the hell is wrong with you people? What kind of government doesn't let you prepay? They could be collecting interest on my money right now. That's just dumb. No, the bank is over here. Yeah, over there. That was the taxes. This is the bank. This guy has an epic stash.
Welcome. Would you like to deposit or withdraw Solaris?
I would like to deposit.
How much Solaris would you like to deposit?
Oh, how about 30,000? So that is what, 60K,
Welcome.
62K?
Would you like to
62.5.
deposit or
That is
withdraw
5/8
Solaris?
of 100,000. Now the market. I have my doubts the market is going to work. I have spent very little, and I may spend some here. I have some doubts about the market because each siege, you've got the server, and each server has 25 sieges. And each siege has, I believe, 60 players. That's 1,500 players per server. I'm not sure 1,500 players on most servers is going to give you a healthy economy. So for instance, if I were to look up raw resources, the only raw resource that's available is salvaged metal. Components, at least some of these are not many though. So I don't think the markets are going to work. I think they're going to have to join markets together of various servers into server clusters so you can get a healthy economy. Because otherwise, this entire function isn't really worth it. There's exactly 2 short blades available. 6 swords. No rifles at all available on the auction house. So I don't think that most servers are going to have a functional economy. So my 62K, not that functional. But I am going to check with the faction vendor and see if they've got any stuff that is worth my burning a bunch of my hard-earned money. If you've seen the movie, the first movie, at least you won't ever run out of toilet paper. Well, it's Solaris. I think that it's more like, Eisenhower dollars. If you saw the first Dune movie, you'll notice you've got the palm trees here in front of the great big monolithic Arakeen Hall, the Atreides Hall. All right, this is the faction vendor for the Atreides.
Always good to see a familiar face. What
Show
can I
me
do
what
for
you have to
today?
sell, Quartermaster. Let's see. So I don't have high enough rep to buy those. I can get the Atreides Sandbike variant. Only 20k. And the Atreides basic light set. Wall lights, standing lights, and floor lights. Not especially exciting. But what else am I going to do with it? So sure. I'll buy the Sandbike. There. I don't need the lights. So, Arakeen here is kind of blowed up because the Battle of Arakeen in this timeline was kind of a draw. That's why you have the Atreides and the Harkonnen fighting it out, is in this timeline, the Harkonnen and the Sardaukar did not annihilate the Atreides. The Mentat. Where would a Mentat be? The Mentat trainer. All right, that's the weapons merchant. That's Duncan's dojo. They upstairs there? Maybe. Is that upstairs? Must be. I went the wrong way. That's the right way. Should be the right way. There it is. The bar. I did unlock the Mentat skill tree earlier this evening. Who's this?
Why is this person speaking with us? Port
Cyprian
Remove
Io.
them from my sight. Wait. It appears that now that I am Imperial Planetologist, it is unseemly to harm the paws. Even just for fun. Very well, what
To
do you
harm
want?
the pores. We've met the previous Imperial Planetologist who mocked this guy. Tell me about yourself, Cyprian.
What a delightful topic of conversation. Perhaps you are worthy of dallying in my presence. At least for a little longer. I am Cyprian Io, Imperial Planetologist, as appointed by our Padishah Emperor. I have, after years of hardship, risen to my rightful station.
Tell me about your rise.
Yes, I am quite the prodigy. I joined the academy on Kaitane after my father made it clear that he would tolerate my ways no longer. At the academy, I found the study of planetology rather simple. I barely studied, and yet I passed every exam, sometimes without even showing up. And my brilliance
It's
as a
good to be the
scholar was
king.
rewarded with this posting. Imperial Planetologist of Arrakis. My orders signed by the Emperor himself.
Impressive. Not really. Hi, Portafoy. Your hair is, yeah, it's a disaster, dude. Sorry. I hate to be the one to tell you, Portafoy, but it's not a great look. For some reason, I thought the advanced trainers were up here. No, I'm not. We do have a talk.
Are you from the planetologist office? I'm getting rather annoyed.
No, ma'am. I was hoping you could answer a question.
Wait, I can't hear you at all. Allow me to engage my enhanced hearing.
Orless Io.
Only thing the bloody Tlilaxu are good for. There. Now, tell me again. Are you from the planetologist office? My grandson Cyprian is the Imperial Planetologist here.
You must be very proud.
Of course I am. The boy made planetologist at 25. Cyprian is bound for great things. Cyprian's great-uncle Shaddam thinks very highly of his young nephew.
His great uncle Shaddam? As in Emperor Shaddam Karina?
Who else, you silly fool? Are you from the planetologist office?
Do I look like I'm from the
Wait,
planetologist office?
I can't hear you at all.
Yes.
Allow me...
Goodbye. Goodbye, ma'am.
Hello? Are you the server? I would like to change my order.
Can I get you something?
Would you be a dear and see if you could change my beverage order from spiced coffee to tea?
I'll see what I can do. Ah, Rachese. One of the great houses.
What? I see no cup in your hand, so why are you in my presence? Are you dumb as well as deaf? Go find my tea before you taste the back of my...
Well, they're very egalitarian, aren't they?
Welcome back.
I've spoken with him previously.
Hello. May I help?
Am I allowed up here?
None are barred from here. As long as you know your place and keep to it.
Well, I'm all about knowing my place and keeping to it. Place is not particularly jumping, gotta say.
Yes, may I help you?
Does your singing raise troop morale?
That's what they tell me, but I'm not sure anymore. The truth is, the Atreides are losing the war, and they know it. Morale is low.
Are they losing the
Of
war?
course they are. War is all about economics, and the Baron easily outpaces the Duke on that count. I hear Lady Jessica is on a grand tour of the few remaining Atreides assets and liquidating whenever possible. At the same time, the Harkonnen prepare to unveil Neo-Carthag, a monument to luxury and excess.
Maybe you should be playing for the Harkonnen?
Don't be ridiculous. I am only pointing out the obvious. One cannot win a war if one cannot pay his troops.
Oh, Codex unlocked. Neo-Carthag. That's going to be the new capital of the Harkonnen presence here.
Who are you?
Zane DeWitt. I'm looking to continue my Mentat training.
But promising, very promising. Your deduction that I can offer this training is accurate. I compute your mind is ready for the rigors of my craft.
Then let's begin.
Hasty! Too hasty. You must analyze yourself. You must see yourself as you would any stream of data. Solve the computation that is you. Focus. A time comes when the Proto-Mentat must learn what is being done. It may no longer be done to them. That time is now. The Mentat has to share in the choice of whether to continue or abandon the training. Only the potential Mentat can know. Take a moment.
I'm ready. I suppose you want something in return.
I require assistance. I was cast out by those whom I served. I was cast out by everyone.
Sounds like that's an emotionally sore spot for you.
What? No. It is merely a thing that happened. A link in the chain of my personal history. Emotion does not come into it. Now focus.
Okay, I'm focused.
The past is irrelevant.
Past is irrelevant.
Present is the thing.
The present is the thing.
Pathways to the future are the thing.
Future the thing.
I bide my time in these streets and back alleys.
Okay, good.
The criminal underworld is a series of equations, like anything else. Applying my superior Mentat skills serves me well in this place.
Sure it does, Zane.
My syndicate grows, however. A rival, the Mobula gang, is causing problems. It's contaminating my equations.
What would you have me do?
Find members of the Mobula gang. Extract useful data. Cause them calamity in the proper proportions. A Mentat learns that every human is a series of relationships. Find out their
My
connections.
syndicate is being challenged to collect any tangible records about their dealings, returning and reflecting. Okay. Earn the trust of a Mentat trainer. Mobula gang. Are they here in town, or is that elsewhere? Ah, begin your search in the Eastern Vermilius camp.
Remember, information is as important as injury. Once you know all the figures in someone's equation, you can solve them.
Right, goodbye. You're the best Mentat. Second best Mentat I've ever met. Only the second Mentat I've ever met, so. Yeah, keep that. Swordmaster?
Hi.
Swordmaster?
Is there something you need?
Oh, I'd hoped for the Swordmaster trainer. Maybe I should Google that. Swordmaster trainer. I should probably Google that. I'm going to Google that. Hold on. I'm going to use the Google box. That's the wrong. Not what I wanted. It's not what I wanted at all. Dune, Awakening, Swordmaster Trainer. Trainer locations. Basic Trooper. Right. Advanced Trooper. He's an Arcane. Caravalk. Derek Chanara. Right, that's the basic one. Cyprian Io. Oh, I have to get a quest from him. I hate him already. Salmon Morrow. There's Zane DeWhite. Bene Gesserit. Pinnacle Station. That's the basic. Where's the advanced? In Harco. Alright, but where was the Trooper? The Trooper advanced was also in Arcane. Caravalk. Should be Out here. Basically, out the door. Caravalk. Should be... Is that Caravalk? It's not Caravalk. That's not Caravalk. Head up the stairs at the far side of the building. Up the stairs. Inside, perchance? No, I don't think so. I would like to find them, most assuredly. Up above. How do I get up above? Up there. Making it easy, aren't they? I should probably get Cyprian Io's one as well.
Say, stranger, how about staking a broken down old trooper to a Solari or two? Promise I won't spend it on Samuda.
In other words, she'll spend it on
if I'm
Samuda.
being honest, I actually will spend it on Samuda.
See?
But don't let that put you off. My life is already a pile of greasy spice shit. You can't make it any worse. I promise.
Come on, Trooper. It can't be as bad as all that.
Some days it is, and some days it isn't. Some days I like to wake up and play a little game called, Am I Going to Die Today? It's a fun little thing I do with a Mala pistol, but I guess I haven't won yet. I'm still here.
Is that why you want Samuda? Does it ease the pain?
Not like a bullet. But I've failed at every other important job in my life. Why should my death be any different?
My goodness, that's bleak.
You don't know the half of it. But for now, if you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. Know what I'm saying?
You want me to give you money so you can lose your mind on Samuda?
That's precisely what I'm saying. So how about it?
I'm looking for advanced combat training, and you're no good to me face down in a Samuda haze.
Ooh, face down in a Samuda haze. Now you're speaking my love language.
She digs me. I need you sober. Sorry.
You ask too much, stranger. I've spent the last years ridding my life of obligation. I sure as shit don't need to take on any more. And nothing personal, but you don't look like you got what it takes. I know a soldier when I see one, and you ain't it.
How about we put that to the test right now? I'll show you what I've got, Trooper.
Ooh, a little bite with the bark after all.
You gonna train me or not?
You're not going to stop harassing me until I do, are you?
Nope. There's no one else.
How do I even know you're worth my time? Face down in the gutter. I'm still the best damn combat instructor sucking air on this planet.
Okay.
No, don't answer. That's not the kind of question you answer with words. You answer with results.
That's all I want. A chance to prove myself.
All right then, Boot. You want a mission? I'll give you a mission. I need you to find a slaver camp in the Haga Basin. Nothing special, just your run-of-the-mill flesh peddlers.
Slaver camp, check.
These particular slavers are said to possess a technology I'm looking for, called servo-stim transmitters.
Okay.
I want you to kill all the slavers and take their stuff. You keep everything but the transmitters. Those you bring to me. Pull that off, Boot, and I'll teach you not to look like such a boot. I'm in, Sergeant, is the correct response.
I'm in, Sergeant.
The details are in the contract, Boot.
All right, well, we got the contract for the second tier of trooper stuff. Got the contract for the second tier of Mentat stuff. Might as well get the planetologist. He was in the bar, wasn't he? Yeah, he was in the bar. upstairs, being a puke. I mean, a fine and dandy fellow.
Very well. What do you want?
I met your grandmother and her friend.
Have you? And yet somehow you still possess your fingers and toes. Well, Grandmama must be getting soft in her second century. What did Grandmother want, pray tell?
She was very proud of you.
Of course she was. I don't need you to tell me that. Ugh, I tire of this conversation. Portafoy, engage and destroy.
No need, I'll go.
Very well. What do you want?
What does the Imperial Planetologist do?
Usually I wake up, have some tea, and stand by as Portafoy ejects whatever riffraff I dragged into bed from the night before.
He's a
Bless you
charmer.
for that, Portafoy.
I meant, what are your duties as Imperial Planetologist?
Of course, that's what you meant. But neither my sexual proclivities nor my professional requirements are any of your business. Why are you harassing me? Portafoy, prepare for action.
Unnecessary, I'll leave. Keep
Very
at it
well.
until we find the
What do
magic.
you want?
What credentials do you have to serve as Imperial Planetologist?
My credentials? My birthright is the only credential I need, Paul. I am grand-nephew to the Padishah Emperor Shaddam Corino IV. I could have Portafoy kill you right here in the open, and nothing would be done about it. Well, that's not completely true. Someone would have to clean you up.
So you represent the interests of the Emperor on Arrakis?
No, I didn't say that. Don't put words in my mouth.
You implied it heavily.
Did Fenrig put you up to this? Damn it, he knows I claim no authority here.
No, the Count doesn't know this talk ever happened. If you want to keep it that way, behave yourself, Cyprian. No more light sport with the pores. Okay.
Very well. What do you want?
What was Portafoy just about to do to me?
Nothing dramatic. He might have broken an arm or a collarbone. Perhaps a few errant teeth might have been deposited in the gutter. Yeah.
Nah.
Just a bit of light sport, you know.
How did you and Portafoy meet?
Oh,
I don't appear to be able
that's
to
a story.
actually open the
He was my kidnapper.
second
He and
tier
his gang of
of
Peachin
planetologists
thugs
from
stalked
the
and took
sky,
me
even
from my
though
room at the
I'm supposed to.
academy. I was but a tadpole at 8 years old.
What happened?
I simply identified Portafoy as the dominant of his species and negotiated with him to betray the rest of his motley crew and take me home. He's been with me ever since.
Right, so evidently, cannot open that one yet. Maybe I need to spend more points in a planetologist, but I think I actually have a decent number. Yeah, I have a fair number of skills already allotted in planetologist. Well, we've got 2. But for Swordmaster, I need to go to Harko. I would definitely like to open up the Swordmaster, so we are going to go to Harko now. I'm sure they won't mind. Oh, wait, they might. No. All right. Am I headed the right way? I don't think I am. I think I need to head this way. We will go to Harko. Harko Village.
Can I fly you somewhere today?
I want you to fly me
Music to
somewhere.
my ears. Well, the Harkonnens love their docking
I don't
fees,
have
so
enough
that's going to cost a little
Solaris.
extra. All right, suit yourself.
They don't really. Oh, that's right. I guess it takes it from your funds in hand before it takes it from the bank. So it took all of my funds in hand and then took the funds from the bank.
Welcome. Would you like to deposit or withdraw Solaris? How much Solaris would you like to withdraw?
All right. We'll try that again. Just setting all of my cash on fire. My cash monies.
Can I fly you somewhere today?
I want you to fly me somewhere.
Music to my ears. Well,
Harco
the
Village.
Harkonnens love their docking. Well, all right.
Let's see where the trainer is. Once you're in Harco Village, go to the Beast's Bend at the far end of the area and down the Allies to find Varlin, a blind man standing under a cannon. Blind man, huh? It's Zatoichi all over again. Old guy movie reference. Harco Village. Home of the Harkonnen. Why am I nude? I don't appear nude here. I appear fully clothed here. Not embarrassing at all. You know, except for the part where it's embarrassing. Fortunately, I'm a sexy beast. Don't think he's going to sell to me.
We don't trade with a tradie scum.
Well, that's not very nice to call me scum. Oh, I have clothes on again. Good. All right, so should be all the way at the end by the beasts something. Vehicle vendor, guild bank, weapons merchant, should be over here, I think. Arco Terminus North. That's the exit. No. Looking for a blind man. Are you a blind man? Woman? Lady? Beast's Bend. That's not him. That could be him. It's not. That is probably him.
I don't recognize the pattern of your footfalls. Who are you?
I am one who seeks a sword master.
Oh, you're in dubious luck, then. I am an adept of the Ginaz school. Millennia of martial knowledge distilled down to the broken form before you. Though I'm but a mangled memory of Saren Valen, a memory is enough to thrash you. Keep your distance.
I mean you no harm.
Seems there's an old custom on this cruel planet to cast the blind out among the dunes for
That's
burial
true.
by way of Wormbelly. Several curs accosted me to uphold that tradition. I scribed regret upon their flesh in so bold a signature as they won't soon forget. On guard.
I seek further training in the ways of the sword master.
Whether you are worthy or not, my days of training are long gone. Still, there's something you could do for me.
I'll do
maybe
what you
we can
ask if you
reach
train me.
In a recent scrape, I gave as good as I got. But the knaves made off with the last possession that is important to me. The hilt of my old Gnaz sword. Find out who did this, and I would find myself obliged to you.
I'd be able to pick up their trail in Hanivars.
Off you go then.
It's the local drinking establishment. I don't know, drinking establishments. I have no personal familiarity with drinking establishments. I myself never imbibe alcoholic beverages, unless, of course, it is one of the holy days in my faith, which are the days that end in the word day. All right, Hanivars, huh?
Welcome to Hanivars. Follow 3 simple rules and you'll have a good time. Rule number 1. We maintain a segregated lounge. You must stay within your own designated cast area. The Na Familia will not abide a low-born interloper, and I don't want to hear the bitching. This rule is for your own protection. They sit around waiting for any excuse to invoke Canley and kill you where you stand. Rule number 2. All drinks cost what they cost. You pay up front, no haggling, and no discounts for any Harkonnens. Don't even ask. Rule number 3, stay out of the back room. It's off limits. I'm Anushka Hanivar. This is my place.
Not really interested in any of those. I'm presumably looking for somebody. Journey, I think it's the second page. Search Hanivars for clues. Track it. We do, 32 meters. 24. Contract made out to a group of sandflies to punish Saren Varlin, issued by Alara Tuek. Presumably a relative of Esmar Tuek, who's in the books. Smuggler.
Ah, a kitten wanders in from the dark, lost and afraid. Can I help you, kitten?
I have evidence. You hired sandflies to harass Saren Varlin. What answer?
Easy, kitten. You ought to buy me a drink before opening with a crazy rant like that. Who did what to whom?
I found the contract. Leads straight to you.
Oh, perhaps not so crazy after all. What would you like, a pat on the head?
Let's start with you telling me who wants Saren Varlin harassed.
I'm a professional intermediary. Even I do not know who hired me to arrange this. Now, you could escalate things, but no one would like the results of that, and you still wouldn't have answers. We could go through all that drama, or I could placate you by telling you exactly where to find the sandflies who did this, and you can wring what satisfaction you can from their necks.
Very well. They took something precious to Varlin. Where can I find them?
I've marked the location on your sync chart. Their base is in the Para north of Haga Basin. Don't expect a warm welcome, and don't mention my name.
Don't worry, Lara. You and me, we got a good thing going on now. I think she digs me, guys. Brought back to Saren. Okay. I assumed he'd want his sword. We'll report to him instead. That's wrong. That's the wrong. Hi, Sharon.
Oh, we meet again. The rhyme of your stride betrays you.
A Bene Jezebel? No, I don't think so. I think she's probably the daughter of Esmar Tuek, who we meet in the book.
Yes?
A group of sandflies have your sword hilt. I know their location.
I see. Then I would like to amend our contract. Bring back my sword hilt. Do what you must to the sandflies.
Someone contracted them through Elara Tuek. Don't you want to know who?
All that matters is the sword hilt. It's all I have left of my past. Please bring it to me. I will train you if you do.
The game going tonight? Reasonably well. No real problems. One place I was fighting, I was hit with a couple of weird skills from enemy mobs that I have no idea what they were. One case, me and the guy I was fighting were both sort of in stasis for like a good 15 seconds. It was really weird. And there were another visual in that combat that was also just very strange. Other than that, everything's been going successfully. Reasonably, at least. I am in Harko Village right now, which is the social space for the Harkonnen. I am an Atreides, but most of the NPCs don't care. This is a non-PvP area. Basically, the rules of Canley apply. We're not supposed to murder each other, except when we're in PvP areas, which are the War of Assassins areas. There she is.
You look a little lost, friend. You got somewhere. Music to my ears.
I want you to fly me
Where
to
the
Haga
Basin is a
Basin
pretty
to
big
Pinnacle
place.
Station.
Most folks try to. Let's try to avoid me.
And we're off. Good stuff. Time phase shifting aside. Is that what it was? I have no idea. It was weird. I hadn't seen it before. Let's see. I just opened up the second tier of the quests for the second tiers of a couple of the skill trees. Nice getting that done. Or getting those started, I guess, is more accurate. Because I ain't done. We get the Swordmaster, the Mentat. I haven't finished the first tier of the Bene Gesserit. And the Trooper. All of us are just throwing words together. That's all we do, man. That's what we have as our words. And even sometimes when they make sense, they don't make sense. Like that last sentence. I have to talk to somebody here. Don't know who. Check in at Pinnacle Station. Over here? Completed. 5,500 Solaris and some XP. Okay. Ding 54. That was brutally difficult showing up here. Contracts. Okay, I'll accept and I'll accept. What I was interested in, I've got a friend who's got a house over here. I'm considering getting a house in this same general vicinity. But I need to take a break, so I think I am going to call it an evening right here. This is a good break place, I think. I want to thank you guys all for hanging out with me tonight. As always, I am very appreciative. I should be back tomorrow at the usual time, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, middle of the night in Europe, morning in Asia, Australia, and New Zealand, with more of this here game. I am still enjoying it. Things are slowing down now because, well, the crafting tiers are a lot broader and you need a lot more stuff to move on. But all in all, a productive evening. Again, I want to thank you guys for hanging out. Hopefully, you will see me soon. Back tomorrow, usual time. I hope the rest of your day goes awesome. Take care. And ciao for now. Bye, guys.